trust in God's promises and his guidance that will empower you to actually implement some things that actually, sometimes in my life, I look at certain measures I take and I ask myself, how did I get here? Praise the Lord. Number 3, humility. You see, God is going to prosper you. But the problem is, how will that control you? Because some of us, once you get a penny, your head will become so swollen that nobody talks to you anymore. You are very, very near crash. Praise the Lord. Humility. That no matter what you earn, no matter who you are, no matter what you see, you are humble before God. You can still listen to God. You can still listen to instruction. You can still listen to advice because you are humble. But you can see some people in this town, there were 2 brothers that were the only driver for NNPC when it was Nigerian Oil something. Their office is just somewhere in Bendel Estate. 2 brothers, they are Christian brothers, 2 of them. They were the only drivers. That time they were building the refinery. One of them came to his pastor at the time, and I was sitting down. And he said to the pastor, let me teach you what God taught me. So the pastor kept quiet. And after he talked, he got up and left. The pastor did not comment. So one day there was an argument. He asked, have I ever come to you to ask you to teach me something? The pastor said no. Before you know, he said, well, God called him. God did this. And he resigned at the nick of time where NNPC was to be commissioned. 2 of them left. They would have been the people who would control that place, but they don't listen to advice. Praise the Lord. They didn't listen to advice. No matter what you advise them. I remember talking to him, sitting down with him. He was bent on doing what he wanted to do. At last, it wasn't up to 2 years, I started regretting, why did I leave? Because he didn't listen to advice. Humility. God will empower you, but God cannot empower you to destroy yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes why God is keeping quiet about releasing into us some of the things that he wants to give to us is because our motives are wrong. Our attitudes are wrong. We are not humble before him. We can't even take rebuke. You see, if you look at your life today and ask yourself, who speaks into your life? Who speaks into your life? One of the brothers who saw what I posted, part of this thing I posted this afternoon, he shared it and asked his friend, please follow this thing. But you hear this again and again and again. You see these instructions again and again and again, and yet you ignore them. How can success come? Humility in taking instructions. The Bible says that he gives grace. Therefore, he says, God resists the proud and give grace to the simple. And that is James 4:6. God resists the proud and give grace to the simple. Let me ask you a question. If God make you a billionaire today, tell me, how will you behave? We are before God. If God make you a billionaire today, how will you behave? I remember being in one place. I was repairing my car in Lagos, and a young man drove in, and when he drove his car in, somebody, he just picked something and started cleaning it. He was cleaning the car because the car passed through a small mud, and he was cleaning. So I asked him, is this your first car? He said, yes. I said, wonder. I said, because you still pass through that flood when you're going. He looked at me, it's like, I said, yes. If every flood you pass, every dirty you pass, you stop. Praise the Lord. See, some of us, 10,000 naira. If your head, there are some people who 10,000 naira in their back pocket, they will forget. They will forget the money was there. You ladies, when you wash your husband's trousers, you find money. Praise the Lord. You find money, and when you find money, he say, I forgot. But that is something that will make somebody else mad. It makes somebody behave out of point. Humble yourself so that God can lift you up. Acknowledge his dependence, your dependence on God, and that humbles you. Number 4, diligence, carefulness. As you pray, be careful that the way you walk, the way you spend, the way you talk, the way you live in 2025. Be careful. No matter how we fast and pray, if you are not diligent with your life, you play into the hand of your enemies. Be careful. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23. In all labors, there is profit. Lord. In all labors, there is what? Profit. But idle chatter leads only to poverty. Number 6. Is it 6 or 5? Number 5. Determination. Everybody say determination. The Bible says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The grace to succeed comes into your life when you are determined to succeed. God give you grace, but determination is yours. God give you grace, but to succeed is yours. You have to be able to say, I must do this, I must do that. That's why Paul said, I can do all things. No matter how small they are, no matter how many they are, so far it brings money, I can do all things. Psalm 37, 4-5. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him. This is something I love. He shall bring it to pass. Then the question is, what is it? He shall bring it to pass. What is it? That thing that you have in your heart, that thing that make you actually determine, that determination in your heart, God will bring it to pass. Why? Because God wants to see that in your life. Let me say this to us. I don't care how the condition of the country is. I don't care how hardship is. But I pray this evening, may the Lord water your gardens. May the Lord give you access to his treasure, to his wisdom, to his peace, to his joy, to his understanding. May the Lord open the heavens over you and shower you with understanding. Because in understanding, you will prosper, you will succeed. If you have God's understanding, you will enter into the right places at the right time. May the grace of God speak on your behalf. Speak in your home, in your business, because that is what brings life to pass.